To the thankful Korean War veterans. Do you remember the Korean War? It was a most pitiful scene, and it was painful and long. It seemed like it would never end. But it finally did, and I'm sending this letter to you to admire all of you for your participation in the Korean War. My name is Jang Hye-won, a girl born in Korea, the proud country you once fought for. Before I thank you of your sacrifice, I'd like to tell you how much I was moved by how you took part in the Korean War. To be frank, I didn't think I had a lot I could do for my country. I always thought I was far too young for that, and I believed that even if I did do something, it wouldn't affect my country much. I used that as an excuse for not showing my patriotism. In other words, I was lazy and foolish. But I figured you were different from me. And now, I'm sorry. I didn't change my thoughts until I read a book about you 2 years ago. I was touched by the fact that many of you were very young and that some of you gave up years of studying and even risked your lives for the sake of Korea. I realized that some of you were from faraway countries as well. I suddenly felt deep shame and embarrassment as I recalled my lazy excuse. Now I try hard to express my love for Korea, and it's all thanks to you. 60 years have passed since North and South Korea concluded truce, and Korea has leapt into the ranks of advanced nations. Of course, Korea was once a developing country, and many people died during the war you fought in. However, thanks to your noble sacrifice, Korea has transformed into a small but big country where the citizens can live in freedom and peace. My grandmother says the efforts to join the marathon of the developed was difficult and painful, but that whenever she or the others were tired and upset, they all thought of you, the soldiers that fought for Korea. So, as you can see, your beautiful spirits rest in the hearts of every Korean citizen standing on this country's territory. If it wasn't for the patriotic soul each one of you had, we may not be living in such a rich nation. And so, I thank you for your beautiful spirits, for your sacrifices, for the effort to help us from far away, and for the love and hope you gave us. Considering the fact that you had done so much for our nation, it's sad that many people do not feel gratitude to the abundant background they are living in. Of course, I was also like that too before I knew about you and the Korean War. When I found out some of you were from other nations, I was both surprised and very grateful. I was surprised to think that as many as 16 countries came over to Korea to support our army, and I was grateful to think that those countries came just to help our country. I have so many more things to thank you, yet I'm already beginning to be overwhelmed with strange feelings that I feel like I'm going to cry. What are these feelings? Is it surprise or gratefulness? Part of me feels shame and sadness because I feel like I didn't do much for our country like you did. Maybe I'm moved by your story. I might be dispirited, or may feel appreciation and bliss. Anyhow, I just want you to know that the tears I'm shedding are not just tears of sadness. The little drops rolling down my cheeks are not pure liquid, but the mixture of all these feelings. I hope you remember that these tears represent our country, the hearts of Korean citizens, and most importantly, your sacrifices. Once again, thank you for your love and sincere soul for our country. I will always cherish them in my heart, along with the story of the Korean War. I promise I'll always study hard for my country and do all I can if something happens in Korea. It's all thanks to you, and please remember that your sacrifice will never be forgotten from generation to generation. Sincerely, Jang Hye-won.